I think that's a very interesting question. I think the thing is that if we continue being rewarded for the same behaviours, we will carry on until the rewards don't come. So if we're making massive profits, if I'm taking home massive bonuses, if I've got a fabulous house in the country and 3 Porsches, why would I change? If there's no pain in the current situation, or there's no promise of greater reward in the future, I'm not changing. And I think to the degree that banks are still in business, still doing similar sort of stuff, then why would they? I think, based on some of the contacts I've had with people in this area, it suggests that no, they're not changing. They're going to go through a big PR business. The government will go through a PR business telling us how safe it's going to be and how different it is. But it isn't going to change, because at the moment they're in bed with the same people, they're playing the same game, and we're not prepared to take the risks that are required to move forward from this. We haven't learnt the lessons, in other words. I think that's true. The trouble is that if they're going to build that organisation just from people that they've taken from Lloyds and Barclays and NatWest, then they're just going to have more of the same thing. The problem is, if you don't want to reframe the game, you almost need a new language and you need new players. If you're going from from film photography to digital photography, are you just taking a tiny step and changing one small thing, or are you actually coming up with a whole new art? My son is interested in computer modelling and physical modelling, and we've been doing a lot of investigation about this at the moment. And it's really interesting, because at one point they were saying physical modelling wouldn't be a marketplace anymore. All of these people who were incredibly skilled were going to go out of business because it's all going to be done on the computers. And it turns out that's not the case. What we have is a new industry in 3D modelling, but the 3D modellers want to work with physical modellers. And there's this new space in between, which is a synergy of the best of one and the best of the other. And I suspect that that's probably quite a good model for what will happen in the banking thing. There'll be something new, and that will change the existing, and then there'll be some meeting in the middle of the best of both of those. I think that the thing that, for me, is the issue is change takes place when something's not working. It's not working for two groups of people, the people who are doing it and the people who are receiving it. Now at the moment, the people who are receiving it are Joe Public, but none of us have the power to change it because we're too small. We're not saying that this is having a big enough impact on our own lives that we're booting out the politicians. So that's one route of change, and we don't have the influence, we don't have the interest to do that at the moment. The people who it's working for are the guys with Porsches and £1 million bonuses, and they ain't going to stop until such time as there's pressure on them to do it. So if there is going to be change, there either has to be a more profitable model, or businesses have to be saying this isn't working for us. We don't trust these people any longer. If there is no pain, or conversely no gain, the status quo will continue. And that's the case everywhere.